Hello, chat. Welcome in, everyone. Are you excited for today? Are you guys excited for today? Good. Get hype, get excited. I am very pumped about this one, y'all. Also, of course, Sherbert with the resub. Boop. Hi. I look super blurry right now, but I promise there's a reason. I promise there's a reason. So, everyone, today is the FableSMP Q&A. I am very excited about this one. I will be hosting it as well as Haley. So we will be hosting it together. And we have the full Season 1 cast here and 2 of our Season 2 casts. Yes, do not worry. It is not your stream quality. It is on my end. And don't worry, you'll see why in a second. But if you have not gotten to see already, if you have not gotten the chance to ask a question in the Q&A form we sent out, please go to our hashtag over there, or on, we already got the random cat. You already saw the random cast cat ears. Or we have the Google Forms still open for y'all. Random cast cat ears. That was fast. What? No, why are you playing this? Stay in my playlist, you fool. There we go. All right. Are you all ready to go say hi to the full cast? All right. Let's go over there. Oh, what is this? Look at this. Okay, we boop do this. What is Haley doing? Okay.
Go.
Hello, I am here with my stream.
Hello.
Hi.
That's so crazy.
I can see Sherbert is definitely still doing their stream intro.
They are.
And we already got a cat ears redeem.
I saw. I'm doing my job.
Ghosty, could you please spin a wheel for us? Or if I need a wheel up.
Can you resend me the link to the wheel, because I only have the old version of the wheel.
What if I told you I don't know if I saved it?
Okay.
Alright. Off to a great start.
Alright, awesome.
Okay. Listen, it's fine. We've got time. Sherbert's still
Sherbert's still
away.
doing their thing.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
So the whole first hour of the Q&A is Sherbert talking to their chat.
Listen.
Honestly, true.
Listen.
Where did I even put that? Is it in... There.
As a thing for today, y'all, we have obviously the cat ears redeem. So that will I think it's on a 5-minute cooldown, so that you can redeem that every once in a while, and a random member of the cast will be selected to be putting on their cat ears. We don't have everyone has cat ears, but it's just those of us that do.
Hi guys.
Oh, hey, look, there's Sherbert.
Hey. All right, am I spinning the wheel now?
Yes, please.
Did somebody redeem it?
Yes.
Yes, they sure did.
Touche.
All right. Hey, would you please put on a pair of cat ears?
You know what? Valid. Fine. Fair enough.
Am I removing it once we get the redeem done?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
should I
that
keep it
would
on?
that would make sense.
I think, what if we kept it, and if you get spun again, you get to take them off?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
I vibe with this.
Cat ears
This is
roulette.
good. All right, fantastic.
Cat ears.
I'm gonna take my cap off of it then.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I put one on.
Oh, Sherbert, you also need me to spin a wheel for you.
I am not surprised.
All right, let's
Me
see.
neither.
Let's see what we got here. Hey, would you please remove your cat ears?
Let's go.
Good.
I'm gonna shuffle it.
Waited.
Oh, okay, that's pretty funny.
That is really funny. There's actually an option to weight the names. I have not weighted a single one. They're all
I'm just
the same.
special.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, everyone, are we ready to get started?
Yes.
I believe so.
Heck yeah. Okay, that's good. This is good. Wait, I'm gonna pull up my thing real quick because I have a thing. There it is. I found my thing, guys. All right. So, Welcome in, everyone, from my stream and Sherbert's stream. Hello. Welcome to the FableSMP Cast QnA. We have our entire Season 1 cast and 2 members of our Season 2 cast with us here today. Today, I and Haley will be hosting our lovely event. So first off, what we're going... Oh, I guess a few things first. One, you can do !Q&A to bring up the Q&A form link, or you can hit up Twitter with the hashtag FableSMP Q&A. We will not be taking questions from the chats, so you gotta send them there if you want them. We will be starting out with some of the questions you all sent in early, and with that, I think we're going to do a introduction of all of our cast members, unless Haley, if you want to add anything before we introduce the cast.
Oh,
Cool.
that's it. Let's get into it. Let's get
go.
into
Okay.
it.
All right. Athena,
Hi.
please introduce your name, your pronouns, your character name, and your character pronouns.
I am Athena, and I use all of the pronouns. And so does my character. My character is also named Athena and uses all pronouns, so it's very simple.
Ooh, also, if you use !Cast in either me or Sherbert's streams, that will bring up the link tree that has links to all of our cast's socials. Because, yeah, there's a lot of us. All right, Centros.
Hi, David, Centros, he, him. Character Centros also goes by he, him. Hello.
Ghosty.
Hello, I am Ghosty. I use he, their pronouns. Primarily he, but they is fun as a little treat. Same thing for character Ghosty, for now.
One of our season 2ers here with us today is Oshi.
Hi, I'm Oceana, or Oshi, and I go by she, her pronouns. Same thing with my character, who also goes by she, her pronouns, and same name, pretty much.
Very nice. Haley.
Hello, I'm Haley. I play Haley, she, her for both.
I'm Hey Hey. I have they, them pronouns, and I play Ray, who uses he, him. Jamie.
I'm Jamie. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Jamie, who uses he, they pronouns.
Sherbert.
Hi, I'm Sherbert. I use they them pronouns, and my character is also Sherbert and uses they them pronouns.
Our other season 2er here with us today is Ven.
Hi, I'm Ven, he, they pronouns. My character also uses he, they pronouns, and his name is also Ven. It's nice to be here.
Look at that, we got 2 of the season 2 character names. Windsock.
I got hi, my name is Windsock. I use he, him pronouns. I play Seven, who uses he, they pronouns.
Will.
I'm Will or Willow. I use he, they pronouns, and I play Will, who uses he, him pronouns.
Mambu.
Hi, I'm Mambu. I use she, they pronouns. My character is also Mambu, and she also uses she, they pronouns, so chill.
And Easton.
Easton, I play Easton or Swipin. I don't care. You can use either, and we both use they, them.
Poggers. All right. With that, that is our whole cast introduced. Haley, would you like to hit us with our first question?
Yeah, so the first question that we're going to be touching on is super simple. The question's just going to be, how did you create your character? So we'll go ahead and start with Ghosty on this one, and we'll go down the list. Ghosty, give us your answer.
So, quite literally, when I joined FableSMP, Athena kind of approached me with the idea of having my character be the Traveler from the Lady of the World book. And I said, heck yeah. And then I was like, well, I want him to be like kind of an angsty rude boy, kind of morally gray. And then I met character Athena and went, no, that won't be happening. It's fun uncle times. This man is prepared for so much angst. So it was just like the book combined with a lot of improv and also my love for angst is kind of just how character Ghosty came to be. I guess is the best way of me explaining it. I really didn't have a plan.
Also, we have a cat ears.
Yeah, I already spun the wheel. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
The next person in line is technically Oshi, but we're gonna get to the season tour questions in a second. So that leads me to me. So I created my character inspired by a couple characters, and okay, so that I can talk about it. I will tell you guys that character Haley will be in season 2, and there will be some hints towards that soon. So what kind of inspired me to create my character was I wanted something that was like easy to not be a streamer with while also being like useful to the plot. And then I also wanted me and Sherbert have done like tons of writing projects in the past, and so I also wanted to do something that was complementary to Sherbert and my friendship with Sherbert, because we like to write and do things together, and so that's kind of where that design came from. Yes, and it's murder. So that's kind of where that design came from. And we'll go to Hey next.
Like complimenting each other. Murder.
Yeah.
For Ray, I actually started out with Ray was designed first as just a character like design. I made his character design before his character like personality concept and all. He was very based on Hell Pendragon at first. He was even blonde in his first rendition. But then for his actual character here on Fable, I poked Haley and was like, "Hi, I am here in the Fable thing. I can fill whatever role you would like." And at first we had talked about Ray being also a morally gray character. And you can see that in kind of how he has done like experimentation on himself. It was kind of his thing was going to prioritize science over people. And then, you know, I met character Jamie and Athena. And I got lab assistants that were adorable children. And I went, well, I guess I'm an uncle now. Yup.
Before we
All
continue,
right,
Jamie, can you
Jamie.
please put on cat ears?
And also, Jamie answered the question.
So the things I had to work with when I was creating character Jamie were the family. Going into it, I knew that Mambu was gonna be my mom and Easton was gonna be my sibling because we had a joke before it, so that was set in stone. And then I knew I was gonna be a bear because that was just already my Minecraft skin. So then I was like, what's the most stereotypical thing I can do with the fact that I'm a bear? I was like, yes, protective and private, and I'm gonna go live in my cave and not talk to anybody. And then I met character Athena. If there's a running theme here. And now, I mean, we got bits of that with the trust issues, but they've developed a lot from the beginning stages.
Can't hear you, Haley. But I know it's me.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. I tried to do push to talk and then realized I don't know how that works. So, Sherbert, answer the question.
Yeah, so I've said this before, but I've been like moderately obsessed with potions since I was a kid because of like various video games I played. And I made my character and I was like, time to capitalize on Minecraft potions. And the character design was actually off of a drawing that Mambu drew like 2 years ago. And I was like, that's a good fit for me. And then I stole it and made it into a Minecraft skin. And a lot of character design is about stuff I can't tell you about, but it's been a lot of stuff based on stuff I was very much enjoying when I was a kid. Very neat.
Suck, Toby.
So I just kind of wanted to make a funky little robot character because I like to just sort of make things that are very different from like human. And so I ended up going with like a TV head design because I have an obsession with TV heads and I was originally going to make one. At the time it was like themed around Fable. And then it just sort of evolved from there of like playing this robot character. Like it almost was like a bit and then it wasn't. Yeah, that's about it.
Ghosty, can we get our next cat ears, please?
Haley, I would like to invite you to put on some cat ears.
Let's go. I'll be right back.
Haley in the Void?
She didn't have them already. I thought she had them already. She should have grabbed them. There you go.
That is acquired. Alright, Willa.
Basically, when I started playing character Will, I just wanted to play in a way that was different from how I normally play Minecraft. Typically, I build a million miles away from people and don't interact with anybody ever for any reason. And then I built a house near spawn, and I was like, now I'm here. Also, as character Will has kind of like developed, because I didn't have like an initial plan. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I've just taken like inspiration from things I've done in the past, and that's all I'll say on that.
Okay. Alright, Mambu, Strawberry.
Here. Okay. So yeah, the way that I came up with Mambu is similarly to how I did the drawing of Sherbert and Haley and everything with the god thing from forever ago. So in that, I made myself a nature goddess. My design looks nothing the same as it did back then because I just dyed my hair and I was like, nah, not the same. But for Mambu, specifically character Mambu, I had like a lot of ideas that I wanted to bounce off of. A lot of them I can't talk about because of reasons, spoilers. But a lot of like video games that I play really inspire me for her specifically. I'm not going to specify which ones because you guys are detectives and you'll figure it out. But I take a lot of inspiration from like video games I like and everything, specifically for character Mambu, and especially with like the family dynamic and stuff. I feel like that really helped cement who she is as a person, because before she was just gonna be nature, and then Jamie, Easton, and I were like, nah, family moment, and we said nature fam, and it was good. I enjoy it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I did my stuff. Wee woo.
And a quick little interject. Wait, can I interject real fast?
Interject on me.
A thing I forgot to say in the beginning of this was that some answers may be cryptic or vague because we're not gonna spoil season 2. So, you know.
The amount of you guys who just straight up asked spoiler questions in the Q&A, it's a high number. Alright, let's go ahead and move to Easton.
I'm not gonna lie, my character is so underdeveloped. Like Jamie said, we already knew that like I was gonna be family with Jamie and Mambu. That's about as far as I thought into it. I didn't really think about it. And then it was too late because I procrastinate. I'm still developing it to this day. You know as much as I do. I'm not gonna lie. You probably know more about my character than I do. Yeah, that's it.
Cena.
Hi. Apparently I have too much influence on character design. I think my Discord may be deciding to not work today, but I simply apparently influenced too many people's character decisions. Character Athena is simply me if I could not swear. I have always kind of done this thing where even when I was a kid, I was like, I am a princess/prince. I want to wear a crown. I just think it's neat. I like wearing crowns. I think they're neat. So I was like, I'm gonna wear a crown. And then Nether Prince happened. And then I designed Netherum, and I was like, hey, you know who that kind of looks like? Me. And then that's when we decided Netherum was gonna be my parent, after I designed Netherum. And it was a really funny thing of like, everyone's like, wow, you designed Netherum to look just like you. And I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. I did it by accident, and then we made the decision after. But apparently, pure of heart character is my thing, and yeah, no, I'm just character Athena if they could swear. I swear so much, and it is a problem for me that I can't swear when I'm on Fable.
All right, and Centros.
So going into Fable, at the very, very beginning, there was no reason for me to do what I've done now. at the character. It was literally to be a farmer. That was the goal, was to literally just be a farmer and just build a farm, and that was it. And as the season progressed and things changed, we added new tidbits that kind of evolved the character into the monstrosity that we've made him today. So, yeah.
Ghosty, who's getting cat ears?
So we actually have two. We have one from Sherbert's and we have one from yours.
Okay, let's go.
So Jamie, I would like you to take off your cat ears, first of all, to start. And next up, let me spin the wheel again, because I had to have that pulled up so I wouldn't forget.
I just got another one.
Okay, let me just... Okay, one sec.
Farmer.
Will, would you like to put on your cat ears? And
True.
second spin. Haley, would you like to take off your cat ears?
Really?
Why am I the only person who still has their cat ears on from the first spin?
I'm untouched.
Why me?
The
I
one
hope
time
I'm
Sherber can
Danish
avoid
right
their
now.
cat ear fate.
I'm also untouched, so.
All right.
Should we
Alright,
and should we let them know who has the cat ears
Oh
so
yeah,
that
I
they
guess
can know?
the people who have cat ears, please raise your cat ears.
Wait, hey, do we have like almost matching ones besides
Yes.
the colors and ribbon?
Yes. Good.
Yeah, so the people who have cat ears are Hey, Sherbert, myself, Will, Jamie, Haley, and Oshi, and that is it. There's 7 of us. Not everyone here has cat ears.
Yeah.
So those are your options. You don't even get to choose. I get to spin a funky little wheel.
All right, friends, we're lagging behind, so we're gonna get
Okay,
really
right.
quickly into this next question.
Okay.
Speed round.
So next one is, how scripted is the lore? How do you stay on track without a script? And with this one, we're not gonna have the full cast answer. We kind of have like a group of 4 that we're gonna have. So I'll start out with how scripted is lore. The answer is not really. We don't have a script per se. Probably the most planned out stream was the Ominous Bane versus Auspicious Boon fight. And that is because a lot of things needed to happen in sync. We had to kind of split up everyone into their little fight groups, and then we had to say, okay, when Ray falls off the tower, you have 5 minutes where that cutscene is playing for you to do kind of round 2 of the fight. And then after that, we gotta go. So typically, for staying on track without a script, we have kind of a flow of the stream of like things we want to hit, but it isn't actually scripted. If anything, maybe someone thinks of a cool one-liner that they want to try and throw out there. But for me, that's about where we are at. Jamie, would you like to add?
I have a fun story to tell for this one. Because, so most of the time, it's like one-liners or points that I want to hit that I have written down. The most like physical that I've written down for a stream was the Uncorruption stream with Easton. And we wrote down so much because Mambu and Sherbert were like, this is gonna take like 15 minutes. Prepare yourselves. And then Easton and I got through about half of the things that we had written down. And Mambu was like, hi. And I'm like, oh, okay. So sometimes it doesn't go well even when we do have stuff written down.
Ghosty?
So kind of same thing. Yeah, we don't script things at all. Sometimes I'll there's a couple things I've thought of that I will write down. I personally, to keep track, I have a notebook. I write down, I have different sections of the notebook for different servers I play on, and I'll write down our run through of the lore we want to do in point form. And if there's certain things I want to say, I'll write those down specifically. And if there's a quote I want to get in, I'll write that down. And if I get to it, great. If not, whatever. That's basically how I do it.
And Haley, round us out.
No. So the way writing works, the most scripted thing that we have is that we know what each milestone is for the next character. We have things that we know are going to happen to them, and so lore streams are planned days in advance, and it's all just getting the character to that goal. So it's not scripted in the sense of words at all, but it is scripted in the sense of we know what's going to happen to develop a character. How are we getting to that point? The most scripted thing that we have is God lines, because I'm a little screenwriting nerd, and so I get so excited when we get to talk to gods, because usually if a god is talking, I've written those lines and they make me happy.
Yeah. Endirian
All right.
gets the most scripts.
For right now. So we'll go ahead and jump into favorite lore stream / event. Favorite lore stream / event. And try and keep this just a one word, or just talk about which episode it was. We'll
Real
go ahead
quick,
and
Sherbert, can you put on cat ears?
and also Sherbert, will you answer the question? What was your favorite lore stream?
Good. Favorite lore stream for me is probably 3 Strikes. It's neat. I liked it a lot.
Be.
I don't really know, but I think I really liked the Ominous Bane Auspicious Boon fight.
Will.
I was really hoping you would start higher, because I have no idea. I guess gut feeling would have to be the library adventure with 7, where we yeeted Sherbert into the sky.
Mambu.
Raging Storms, baby.
Easton.
Halloween episode.
Oh, yes. Athena.
I also like 3 Strikes. It's neat.
Cedras.
The day we blew up the Beast Dome.
Ghosty.
I like any Uncle Duo lore stream. I also really like the finale.
Mine is either Raging Storms or Newly the finale. They were Hey.
Raging Storms, my beloved.
Yeah. And Jamie.
I'm a big fan of Trial and Error. I just think it's neat.
Good. All right, hey,
Sherbert,
go
can
ahead
you
and lead
remove
us
your
into
cat
the
ears?
next question.
And Sherbert, you have a question to answer for us. Something we get asked
I
often
do.
is, how are cast members chosen, and will more be added?
So cast members are chosen basically by people that I know or people in the cast know. A lot of them are, we have a channel in our cast Discord server where I'm like, you have somebody who you think would be a good addition to Fable, drop them in there, and I go through and look at them and that kind of thing. I basically kind of have the final say on who gets put in and that kind of thing. And in terms of more people being added, there may or may not be several more new members sometime during season 2. So we out here.
All right, so our next question is going to be a fun one for all of us, and I hope I start in a good place, because if you don't have an answer prepared for this, you might cry. This question is, what's your favorite lore blooper moment? Favorite lore blooper moment. I'll go ahead and start for this one, so that anyone who is not prepared for this question has time to think. My favorite lore blooper moment is in the Auspicious Boon versus Ominous Bane fight, when Centros dies, and then he puts himself in creative and flies back to the fight, and then doesn't get back into character. Like, it would be one thing if he flew back and then, like, went back into battle, but he just spent the entire rest of the fight not doing anything. After flying back in creative, that's my favorite lore blooper. It was for why. Hey, let's go for it.
God, that one was so bad, because I'm sitting there with the cutscene, waiting and watching, and I'm like, please, I am like a minute away from being out of here. I'm about to be there. My favorite is also a David blooper. I liked it the first time he went back to the end to talk to Endirian and just fell off the edge and died in the middle of lore, and we had to be like, oop. Also, I forgot that when you teleport someone in the end, they stay in the end. So when he gets teleported away from Endirian, he was supposed to be teleported back to the overworld, and I instead teleported him to the void, and so he lost all his stuff and then was just like, well, screw you too, Endirian. Okay. Oops.
Hey, Jamie.
I liked when, I think it was Ghosty, Hulk smashed down the end prison door, and we're all just like, everyone look away!
That's good.
All right, Sherbert.
My personal favorite is during the stream where my house gets blown up, where David and Hey are fighting, and Hey died from fire damage, and we all just went silent. I ran to the other side of the room, teleported Hey to me, ran back, and then immediately got back into character. But it was just like the pure silence of like, okay, you're not going back in there.
All right, Toby.
I don't have any specific instances, but there are a few moments that have happened, and I sure have like had to keep myself from laughing when they've happened because I'm like, I'm a robot, I can't react to this, and then it just like, it's so hard.
All right, and Will.
When we were tearing down the remains of my house and I accidentally spleefed Ray and he died, that was a good time.
Boo. Among Us?
Shoot. I was among, okay. Probably, anytime that I see a David death message in chat is pretty funny, because it's very, very often. And then also during the Uncorruption stream where I ender pearled into the freaking wall and just immediately died and had to sprint from my house back to the freaking bunker when Easton and Jamie were still fighting, and I was like, this is fine. No, it's okay. It's fine.
Easton.
I don't know if this qualifies as a blooper, but me and Athena just like shouting in messages, desperately trying to get everybody to go the right way in the stronghold. We were panicking so bad. I was like, please just go this way. You have a key.
Athena.
Every time you hear during a lore stream, because it's just my alarm going off, and every single time I just quietly go, don't worry about it, because I always forget to turn off my post alarm, and it always just is the Kim Possible alert.
Centros.
My favorite blooper is of me when I died to hoglins, or no, piglins, while invisible, running around because I accidentally hit one like 10 minutes ago. And then Ghosty just comes in, is like L plus ratio plus you're dead, and then just left. It was the best ever.
And Ghosty.
We do, in fact, have the same blooper. That is my favorite. Also, actually, it was L plus ratio, plus that was canon.
Yeah, all right. Hey, go ahead and lead us into the next one.
So kind of going off that, obviously there's a lot of scuffed moments. Can you give, what was a scuffed moment in lore when the audience had no idea anything went wrong? And this one is some more specific examples. Let's start with Mambu.
So, during the Haley Unalive stream, right, this is... Okay, there was a system for it, right? There was a really big system, guys, because what was supposed to happen, we ran through this a billion times. Like, the night before, we ran through it a billion times. What was supposed to happen was I was supposed to wait in Haley's house and vibe in there for a little bit, and Haley was supposed to accidentally send E into the chat, and to signal that they were on their way, so that I can get prepared to look behind me to see Haley, right? That didn't happen. I just didn't get a single signal. I didn't have Sherwood's stream pulled up, so I just like whipped my head around at just the right time on complete accident and saw Haley get shot, and I was like, okay, this was very, very close. We are fine, and that is the most scuffed that I've had something go. I was like, we ran through this so many times, it should have been fine. And I know it was like Haley's keyboard having problems, which was like the worst part, which is why she couldn't send the signal, but we will.
Yeah, my keyboard problem was that I forgot to press it.
Yeah, that too.
Ghosty, we have a cat ears, please.
Herbert, I would like to invite you to put on your cat ears.
And Athena, I invite you to answer the question.
Okay, so everyone really likes the Athena got captured by Ominous Bane arc. The way that I got captured by Ominous Bane, completely off script. I was not supposed to show up in the lore that day, but I was wandering and picking flowers, as I do. And then we had to speedrun that lore. That entire stream, like after Ray figures out that Athena is the child of Netherim, that entire rest of the stream, improv. And then that night, the like writer crew, lore squad, whatever you want to call us, had to speedrun figuring out how to fix the rest of the season to make it run smoothly. That we did that, like we improv'd too close to the sun that day, and we had to completely rewrite like the Ominous Bane arc, and it was just like the panic that we felt that day. Like it turned out fine, and I think it went really well in the end, but the panic that we had that day was unmatched.
Yeah, Jamie, go for it.
So, I've come to terms with this, but I felt really bad about it at first. During the bunker stream with Easton, I was definitely supposed to get corrupted again, and didn't, because I didn't have my PNG tuber ready, and just panicked, and just didn't. But we wrote it in, and it's fine now, but that was a fun thing that happened.
And our last one for this set, I believe, is Strabart.
Yeah, my favorite thing was I was supposed to do a lore stream one day, and we're all online, like setting everything up, changing things for lore reasons. And during this process, Easton accidentally ran a command that killed every single mob on the server 10 minutes before lore was supposed to start. Every single one in like the spawn area. And the 10 minutes we were like, who can get on right now? And everybody ran on. We all went into creative mode and we're like, I think there was a cow here. and just kept going. Charles is actually like the 5th Charles because of how many times he accidentally died. But the pure panic of just being like, oh, my axolotls! And just put everything back and all the armor stands were gone. And it ended up working fine, but it was definitely a panic moment for a second.
So we're gonna go ahead and get into the next question. Oh, this is a fun one. This question is, what is your advice for people doing their own lore-based SMP? We'll go ahead and start with Toby on this one. Go ahead and lead us into it.
I sort of, the only thoughts that I had in regards to like starting your own SMP is specifically regarding characters. The way that I like to treat characters, especially like the way that I've written my character within this SMP, is focusing on like a lot of like, think like D&D. The way that I like to sort of like, at least starting creating the character is sort of like just basic stuff. You don't want to overload it. You don't want to do too much because you've got a lot of story you can write with that base. And so it's just fun. It's just a good time. Have a good time with it.
All right, and Will.
My biggest, I guess, advice for if you're starting your own SMP or even joining one, don't necessarily go into it for like clout purposes, I guess. Especially if you're starting one or being in one with your friends. It's like you can like want the attention. Like obviously everybody likes attention. If you don't, like, you're a liar. But like if you're specifically going into it for like the purposes of like getting clout, or like you're only connecting with like certain people in that SMP or whatever, like don't. That's my piece.
All right, next to answer the question will be, oh my god, I lost it on my page. Oh, it's
Ghosty.
me.
It's Ghosty.
Oh, it's Ghosty. It's Ghosty. I don't know how
Before I answer the question, hey, would you like to put on a pair of cat ears? All right, so I've been in a lore SMP before FableSMP actually. So I had experience prior And the main thing that I learned from that, my God, communicate. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm sorry, my language is bad. Oh no, I said an oopsie. Please, for the love of God, communicate. It is so important. Please, like, making sure everyone is on the same page, like, is so important. Even if you are doing, like, improv, like, making sure you at least have somewhat an idea and are like, hey, I want to do this thing today, instead of, like, going into lore and someone's like, I'm gonna kill you, and all of your things that you love, and then they're like, excuse me? Just, biggest thing, communicate. That is, because if you don't communicate, no one's gonna have fun.
Yeah. All right, Misa. So my specific thing with writing lore, one of the like biggest problems that you see with like SMPs that get started is that people burn out. They do it for a couple months and then they fall out of it and it's over. So specifically for writing, I like to do what I personally call destination-based writing, which is always know your end goal. Because then if you have some place to get to, you're not just drifting off along the way. So like the funeral and the blowing up of the tree, I had that written so far in advance, and every single thing we did was to get to that point, and that helped us not to sort of drift off and not know where we're going, so nobody does it anymore. Like that destination, and then like moving forward, now we have our next destination, and we're gonna have one after that, just to keep us on a straight line towards our goal. Yeah. All right, and hey.
Can't believe you made me wait till last to answer my favorite question. How dare. So, one of the things that I really like is something we've been trying to do, touching on ghosties, the communication is key. We have a very funky Discord setup in that our Discord server, if you've noticed, some of us have mentioned being kind of writers. We have a little bit of what we kind of call the lore squad, who are the people who kind of work primarily on writing the god lore and kind of control some of our NPCs and help kind of make sure everyone is heading towards, like Haley said, that end goal. So that group is Athena, Haley, me, Ghosty, and Sharbart, and Mambo. I'm just gonna keep adding ands in there. So we got a squad, and what we have is in our Discord, we have like every single character has a character chat that we can talk to them and they can throw ideas, they can ask questions. We have character chats for the gods, we have character chats for the realms, we have a lot. And like, I think this kind of just reiterating on Ghosty's communication and like clarity of communication, it has been a time figuring out how to communicate. There was definitely rough patches of figuring out, okay, we aren't communicating well enough, and then working and learning from there. So I liked it. It was fun. But yeah, with that, we're gonna hop to the next question, which I get to answer myself because it's a fun one. Will there be more gods introduced? The answer is yes. We have actually only introduced you to about a third of the Fable pantheon. Hee. And with that, I will jump straight into, what is your favorite god or goddess? Oh, sorry, Haley, what's up?
We're gonna jump into the 2 more cat ear regimes that we have.
Okay, here we go.
Oshi, would you please put on your pair of cat ears?
They finally got me.
And Haley, would you please put on your cat ears?
I like cat ears, guys.
I
think they're fun. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into our next question for everyone, which Hey was saying. Who is your favorite god or goddess? Do not provide explanation. Let's go ahead and start with Easton.
Endirian.
Nina.
I like Soul.
Centros.
My favorite's not currently introduced, but I like Endirian.
Ghosty.
My favorite is also not currently introduced, but I also like Endirian.
Me. I've recently become a Soul enjoyer. Hey.
I like Loose.
Phoebe.
Mine's not introduced, but I like Marius.
Sherbert.
Redacted. Loose.
Toby.
They haven't been introduced yet, but I also really like this.
Will.
Illyrian.
Nabu.
Endirian.
And that is all for that question. Hey, go ahead and move us forward.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Easton started. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
With kind of that, we get a lot of questions about how we made our pantheon. Do we want to still do this one, Haley? I know we're running short on time.
Yeah, we could. I think we're okay actually.
Okay,
Let's go ahead and do it.
Cool. So talking about the pantheon, we're gonna start out with Athena, who made our first 3.
This is my favorite question on the entire Q&A. I care about the gods of the FableSMP so much. I made Endirian, Netherim, and Fable, and a couple of the minor gods, because I simply said, Haley just said, we need major gods, kind of thing. And said, one of them needs to be named Fable, and they all need to be attractive. And these were the only requirements I was given. And so I ran with it. So I made Pretty Ender Lady, and I was like, yeah. And then as soon as I designed her, Hey just embodied exactly what I envisioned for Endirian so perfectly. Hey is amazing at embodying the gods of Fable, genuinely. That's just a little side note of praise because Hey deserves it. And so yeah, no, I simply said creation, destruction, and mind, because those 3 are some pretty big concepts that you need, I think, generally. And yeah, so I kind of did that and definitely focused a lot on those 3, and then we kind of branched out from there.
So after Athena kind of made our original pantheon, we opened it up to a lot more of the cast getting to help with a lot more of the other pantheon pieces. I don't know if we can actually go more into the other gods because a lot of those really cool ones have not been introduced enough in the lore. So I just wanted Athena to get to have their moment to talk about the OGs that you definitely have seen, but the other ones are really cool, I promise. We just can't talk about them yet. So I think we'll go off to the next question.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into our next question, which is, what has been your favorite line, favorite quote from the season? And we're all gonna answer this. So, you know what, raise your hand if you already have your answer in mind. Perfect. Oh, okay, it's just me. All right, let's go ahead and start with Jamie.
When the second time Ghosty was corrupted, everything he said, that's my favorite, because I cried the entire time.
Alright. This is your 3rd strike. Banger of a line. One of the ones I thought of in advance.
Alright, Toby.
I don't know. Everything I do is improv, so it doesn't really sit in my brain all the time, but I think I've definitely had a couple good lines throughout the season.
Good. All right, Willow.
My line isn't even one that I said, but specifically, Sherbert, I'm not a child. I don't know, it just stuck with me, and I'm just like, yes.
All right, and Mambu.
Specifically, the first "I love you" that Sherbert said in lore when it was in the jail cell and it wasn't really them, because I like angst.
Easton.
Haha, I don't watch lore, so I guess really anything. The stuff I do watch, I guess anything Ray says, I really like his character.
Beautiful. Athena.
Okay, I'm a sucker for Whisper Duo streams, because they're just good. So genuinely, a lot of the lines I've said in those, I like the ones that just sound like they should not be in serious lore. Like, no, you're dumb. Those things I say not thinking about it, those are really funny to me, and therefore some of my favorites.
Centros.
I'm sorry, truly. Wanted to spare you from the fate that these accursed mortals will bear.
Ghosty.
I can't remember it exactly word for word, but definitely when Mambu was telling Raid science feeling.
All right. And the next one is me. My favorite line is from the Endirian cutscene, because I wrote it, where she says, where is it? She says, you are like a bird song in the midst of a cataclysm. And hey.
Funny wise, everything that Seven said in their trip to the their trip away from the library, when he deadpan says, "You're welcome," after making fun of Ghosty, is a beautiful thing. I was cracking up the entire time while I was watching that, rewatching that VOD to edit it. I was dying.
Yeah, no, those are my favorite bits.
No, I would like to alter my answer actually to Willow saying, "Where's Ghosty?" and Athena going, "He's sleeping with Ray."
That was a good one.
That's a good line. So let's go ahead and have Hey lead us into our next question.
Yo, our next
Can
question.
I interrupt? We have 3 catty redeems.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Can we lengthen the cooldown on that, please?
Yes.
To like 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yes, we can do that.
So, first off, I'm just gonna go speed round. So, first of all, Jamie, please put on your cat ears. We have the full squad of cat ears. Let's fucking go. Oshi, you can remove your cat ears. No longer full squad. And last one. This wheel takes forever. Hey, you can remove your cat ears.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we Gucci.
So, we're actually going to do a little break from the main cast. We're going to talk to our season 2ers. So, if you do not know, our season 2 cast will be adding on the lovely Oshi, Golden Oceana, Veneer, Ven. We also, not here with us today, is Meta Ounce. We have SS Chaos and Earth to Captain Sky, which we're very excited to have you all here. So we have a few questions for you to answer for our lovely cast. No, wait, our lovely audience and cast. Everyone here. Anyways, question number 1, and we'll go Oshi, you get an answer first. How did you discover Fable SMP?
This is actually genuinely easy. I think Sherbert raided me one day, and I went, I should probably, because whenever people raid me, I try to do the same thing back. Well, maybe I should raid them. I saw them playing on an SMP, and then I saw Athena was online, and I've known Athena for a very long time, and it's like, wait a second, I know that motherfucker. And then I saw a few other people that I recognized. I was like, what? That's cool. And for a little bit, I was like, do I ask? And then Sherbert asked me.
Ven.
In the midst of the COVID pandemic, 2020, 2021, I started following a whole bunch of Minecraft YouTuber content creators and Dream SMP cosplayers, because that's what I am. And eventually I made so many different mutuals, including like half the cast here. And so one miraculous day, I was scrolling down my For You page, and one of the videos that I believe Sherbert posted talking about the Fable SMP and a future, I believe it was the Halloween lore stream. I saw that and I was like, that is so cool. I really want to ask, because like from what I can see, the lore looks really, really cool. And so like I held off for like a solid month. I was like, I don't want to bug anyone. I don't want to like invite myself in or anything like that. But I caved in like November, something like that, or the end of October. And I was like, Sherbert, the SMP is really, really cool. If you ever need like an extra character or anything like that, like hit me up. And that's where I appeared. So that's how long I've known and how I discovered things. Yes.
So our next question for you guys. Did you have something to say?
Nope.
Great. So our next question for you guys is, what inspired your character? You don't have to talk about any details if you don't want to. Just what inspired your character. Oshi, go ahead and answer that for us.
Am I allowed to say stuff that has already been like my people, like that has been
if
a
you'd like
while
to.
ago? All right. First
that's
of
up to you.
all, part of it does come from an old SMP I was on with Athena called Horizons, which was an Origin SMP. And I had a Poseidon Origin. It was really cool and a lot of fun. And then the other thing is Athena approaching me and going, Oshi, I have an idea. And I went, damn, that goes with what I do every single time on an SMP. Of course I'll do that. And then the last thing is the fact that in every single SMP I'm in, my chat is just fish, that they just follow me around. So I just went, all right, nothing's changing. I'm just kind of an asshole now.
All right, and then...
I don't want to give too much away, but I'm a massive Greek mythology nerd. And so I wanted to incorporate that, and also the fact that I'm terrible at Minecraft PvP. I'm great at building and like writing and stuff like that, but I'm terrible at PvP. So I was like, what role can I assign that will keep me away from like battling and will make me kind of a weak character in that aspect? However, like intellect and incorporating Greek mythos into that as well. So that was the inspiration. Don't want to say any more, otherwise it'll spoil everything because it's a very intricate character. Yeah.
All right, and our other question for season 2 is, what are you most looking forward to in season 2? We'll start off with Oshi again. There's only 2 of you.
Yeah, I'm mostly just looking forward to 1, playing Minecraft again, 2, doing lore again, and 3, just playing with a lot of people that I just know and I know they're cool people and actually know how to handle lore and like communicate, because I'm so excited.
I'm really, really, really excited for the gods. I can't say any more than that, but just god lore. The god lore is so good, and I'm so excited for people to see it. Yeah, just gods, yeah.
Just gods.
So that's all the questions we're gonna have for our season tours for now. We might come back to them a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and move into our next question, which is, how do you get into character for lore? Oh, that is my alarm to wake up. I'm awake. How do you get into character for lore? We'll go ahead and start with Mambu.
I'm pretty easy. Getting into character Mambu, like specifically character-wise, is actually really easy for me because she's pretty similar to me in a lot of ways. One thing that really helps is listening to the playlist I have for her. Specifically, like if I'm doing like an angsty stream, I go to the angsty part of her playlist. If I'm doing like a happy stream, I go to the happy part of her playlist. And it just helps get that vibe a little bit more for how she is, because she's her. So yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get Ghosty.
So same thing, I have multiple playlists based on what kind of lore we're doing. I also, when I switch scenes from my just chatting screen to my like in-game screen, I do this thing that I kind of noticed recently that I do, is I take like a deep breath and I go, okay, and I do that. I like noticed that recently, and I'm like, damn it, that's how I get into lore mode. That's it. Again, like same with Mambu, like character Ghosty is pretty similar to me. There's a few differences, but yeah, that's it.
Jamie.
So the music thing is very important to me as well, and I have lots of different playlists based on mood. Specifically, oh my god, my angry playlist brings something out in me, and so that's been a good tool to have. And also, as far as like, Jamie is pretty similar to me, but also I think a lot about, this is something I have from my theater experience, moments before. So thinking, like, before stream starts, especially like while I'm on starting soon, I'm thinking about what character Jamie's doing right before I start the stream, and what they're thinking about, what's been on their mind, who they've recently talked to, and everything. And then that helps me bring it into the present lore.
Heck yeah. This is going to be a question for everyone. is what is your favorite build you worked on? And with this, I want to give a very special shout out to probably our true MVP of building is actually Easton. Easton does a crap load of the manual labor. They are the one that that is like the reliable person when you need something done. Easton is just like there. So Easton, if you would like to start off this question.
I have a lot of favorite ones, but I think my most favorite is the End Stronghold. Me and Athena would just like stayed up all night. We're both like sick, so sick, just grinding out this overgrown stronghold, and it was just so fun.
Athena?
No, genuinely, that was really fun. We were both very sick. But another one of my favorites is the libraries. I like building the libraries. I kind of was the one who kind of came up with the design for the library because I just built the one in my basement. And then we were like, well, they all gotta like look the same. And then so everybody just kind of copied the design I already started with, and I was like, hee, that was fun. But I like building with Easton late at night. We were really sick for like a weekend, and the two of us just kept building random stuff. We built the stronghold together. We built that tower that Ominous Bane like built their new base in. We did all that stuff together. We were just really, really sick, and we stayed up until like 4 a.m. It was just a great night, genuinely.
David?
So my cat says hi.
I like the Beast Dome. That's all.
Ghosty?
I have only built 2 things on this server. I am not joking. My favorite is probably the bench, where the Ghosty and Ray confession happened. I think it's cute.
Gay. Haley?
I built 2 houses, finished neither of them, and they were both blown up. So I'm gonna say my favorite build in general is the huge swipe into statue that's just there. Thank you.
I think my favorite builds are probably the temples. I designed all of the temples, all 3 temples, and I just really like those a lot. It's also pretty funny because with all of our builds, you see a lot of things are ruined on FableSMP. We build them perfectly first, and then we destroy them. Especially the Nether ruins. That was an entire Nether city. And then we realized that it had to be war-torn and basically had to TNT the entire thing. And I was like, well, okay. Jamie.
I think I have to say the bunker because I got all of the obsidian in survival mode and got it by hand, and I had about 20 stacks, and it's legitimately 5 blocks thick. So, labor of love.
Shabart.
Every single time anybody messed with anything, either in my house or on the server, but specifically the garden outside my house that has been built and destroyed like 4 times. I built it on stream by hand, and then I destroyed it off stream, and then I built it again after I destroyed it, and then I destroyed it again, I burned it down, and then I built it again, and then it's a lot, and it makes me happy. I spent so much time on that garden.
Shout out to me giving you the ugliest B-dome ever. You're welcome. Toby.
I have 2 things. Number 1 is obviously Seven's house. It's important to me. But also the town hall build that was originally 1 block off because I'm a fool.
I was the weekend that I was sick with Easton, I did fix it.
Will.
I actually hated my first house that I built on the server. So the reconstruction, like rebuild of the house that had the 4, like, I guess, pillars, whatever the heck you want to call them on the corners. I really liked building that a lot. And then we got to destroy it.
Mambu?
Okay, so my favorite is actually from the Nightmare stream that I had, because I appreciate the work that went into it. So with the upper garden, whatever you want to call it, the one that's like on the cliff with like the glass around it, the overlook. There we go.
Overlook.
So with that, I liked us like making it all like spooky beforehand, and then I know I didn't see it because you guys were so speedy, but as soon as I woke up in my house, everybody else had like 5 minutes to fix this entire freaking overlook, and it was the most speedy transition I think I've seen. And I go up there and I'm like, oh my god, it looks like it was crazy. Like, that was what really blew me away, because I was like, this is impressive, and nobody said anything about it, and I am bringing appreciation to it now because it was really cool.
It was cool. We built that. We did that in like, we did a full scene change in less than 5 minutes, and nobody commented on it, and I was like, are you kidding me?
All right, so our next question is going to be, if Fable was an Origins SMP, which origin would your character have? So we'll go ahead and start with Ghosty on this one.
So if we're talking like the quote-unquote like OG type origins, like what Origins SMP uses, I would say probably either Phantom or Feline. I was looking on CurseForge the other night though, and I did find an Explorer origin though, which grants 9 extra inventory slots, faster walking, but weak hands, so you can't mine stone if there's 3 attached stone to that. I just thought that was neat, and I thought it was very fitting for character ghosting. Me.
Can I pop in here to invite Oshi to answer if you want to?
Probably Merlin. We were talking about this, and I just went, hey guys, guess what my character would be? And Jamie threatened to block me.
Haley, it's your turn now.
Sorry, I lost my Discord tab. I feel obligated to choose Phantom. Because dead. Thank you.
I think that Ray would be an Elytrian. A wingy boy. Which was definitely me having a moment of, is this just my personal bias? Because I definitely have always chosen that origin in origins I've been in. But then when I asked the group, they were all like, yes. And I was like, cool.
Jamie.
I had to put my bias aside because I am extremely opposed to playing anything that's not Phantom. I just like them a lot. But I either Shulk or B, because I couldn't pick.
Sherbert.
This is gonna sound crazy. It's gonna be the most bonkers thing you've ever heard. But I am Burb. But either Elytrian or Avian. Avian because it would be funny, but Elytrian because that's more correct. But I'm Burb.
Ven, if you'd like to answer.
Yeah, Ven.
If I had to pick from like the original Origins mods, it'd probably be the Feline. But I do like the idea of the Fox origin that I've seen floating around the interwebs. Just something about being extremely fast and zooming around. I find that extremely entertaining, and I think my character would do that. So, yeah.
Toby.
I can't really choose anything from the original Origins, but from the more Origins, I think it would definitely have to be like the Golem.
Willow.
Shulker. I don't need to explain.
Mambu.
Lauren, I think that's how it's pronounced. The one where you plant person.
Easton.
I'm gonna act like I know everything about Origins. A B, and it's funny because I hate bugs.
Athena.
I straight up couldn't decide, and so Jamie assigned me Feline, and you know what? Character Athena does exhibit a lot of traits that a cat does, so I agree with this.
Centros.
Darian. or not Endirian, and whatever.
No,
that one.
it is
the
called an
order is
Endirian.
called Endirian.
I was right.
And
Okay,
then
cool.
I named the goddess Endirian.
Cool. I was right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See. Oh wait, did we start?
We started with me, but I do have 2 cat ear redeems for us today. Right now,
Perfect.
Jamie, would you please remove your cat ears? And just kidding, put them right back on. Just kidding, no, I lied. No, just kidding. Will, take off your cat ears. The wheel slowed down, and I was like, it's gonna be Jamie again. And it wasn't. Lied.
All right. So our next question, is there a season 3 planned? Haley, would you like to answer?
Yeah. The short answer is yes. The long answer is that I have like writing morals that I stick to, and I am a firm believer that you shouldn't just keep going and going and going because something is successful. I believe in having like set endings for anything that I write, and so there is definitely a season 3 planned. And we have the option to end it there, or we could go on if we're really like feeling inspired for it. But even with everything we do have planned, we also do have like what the ending of the entire SMP, the like series finale, is gonna be.
Athena, did you want to add to that?
I just wanted to add that don't panic when there was a lot of people who panicked when the season ended. Don't panic when the season ends, because don't worry, there will be more, and you will know when Fable is over. It will be very clear.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take us into the next question. So this one's just a fun one to kind of round us off. It's a little sentimental if you make it that way. The question is, what makes FableSMP special to you? I'll go ahead and start with Sherbert on this one, since it's kind of your labor of love.
Yeah, I've said this before, but Haley and I have been writing for a very long time together. It's part of the reason we started being friends way back when. And we've written a bunch of things, but this is the first thing that's actually been done and completed, which is crazy, honestly. The fact that all of you guys are enjoying it, and then what makes it really special to me is the fact that we have people who really like it. That's part of the reason that we keep going. You guys are very much the community, is part of why we keep doing what we're doing, and it is honestly really, really cool. I also get to interact with all these cool people that I never would have talked to because I'm nervous. And every time we add more people to the SMP, I'm like, good, now I have more friends. And it's very, very neat.
All right. Season 2, Ven, did you want to answer this question? I know you haven't gotten into it, but if you have an answer, you're welcome to.
I think I'm really looking forward to the lore in season 2, and I can't say anything about it, but that is the thing that makes it special, I think. There are so many themes within this SMP that I will always just gravitate to in any media that I consume. So the fact that they're also in this SMP is just like, chef kiss, cherry on top. I'm really looking forward to things, and I can't say any more because if I say any more, it's a spoiler. But yes, the lore, so good, so good, so good. Yeah.
Me.
I think that what makes it like genuinely so special to me is being able to interact with all these content creators, and who are also like my friends, which ends up being the coolest thing because literally like it's like I said, D&D, and I love D&D. I'm a big D&D person, and just roleplay in general, being able to do that with a bunch of people that I think are really cool and like talented and genuinely amazing, especially within acting and even like cosplaying. It makes me feel like super special and cool.
All Okay, and who's next? Willow.
Basically the same thing as like everybody else is saying, where it's like we get to interact with like all these really cool people, and we get to watch this amazing community form like off of something that we're doing for like essentially for fun. And like that's incredible to me. That's what makes Fable really special. Also, when Sherbert said they're nervous, I'm like, I'm very nervous. I am terrified to talk to like anybody, and I'm just like, hi, so it's nice.
Mabu.
Cat's just gonna stay up here with me while I answer this. But I think what makes Fable so special to me is like getting to, like everybody's been saying, like getting to meet everybody and everything, and like I feel like being in this type of environment really pushes people together and like pushes them to create together and to work together in a way that like reminds me of like a lot of like just theater and D&D and that type of stuff, but like in an online way, because like a lot of that stuff like is in person and everything, but like it's kind of hard to connect with people online, and with this it's like it's nice, like it's nice to like have that communication, that talking with everybody. And while some of us didn't know each other super well at first, I feel like a lot of us know each other a lot better now, and like how we operate, like just vibing and VCs and stuff together. And it's just like I care about you guys, and it's good to hang out with my friends and make content together, and it's good.
Easton.
Oh my god, I'm actually gonna be serious, but like Mambu said, just having the ability to just round out the friendships a little bit more, just like to develop them, because I've known a lot of these people for almost a year and a half, but over the course of this SMP, I've really gotten to know them a lot more, and I really enjoy that.
Athena.
You guys are just getting a full view of my cat because he is the center of attention. But for me, it's definitely the fact that I've learned so much about myself and my own issues through this SMP. Character Athena, like I've said before, is just me who couldn't swear kind of thing. It's just a younger, sort of like more, I guess, innocent version of me. I will put my face in. This is a bit of a serious sort of question. Genuinely, like, specifically with the Raider crew, like the lore squad, I guess because they help, we help everyone develop their characters. When we developed my character, I realized a lot of things that I have never dealt with myself. I explore a lot of my own like trauma and issues when we're doing Fable, and genuinely I have to give a huge like thank you and heart to Sherbert for helping me work through a lot of my own personal issues through the lore. Genuinely, a lot of our lore, why Whisper Duo has such a big place in my heart, is because we jokingly call like our lore therapy but block game, because it is genuinely just me working through my issues like in roleplay. And it's just a really like special thing to have people who you feel safe enough with to work through those kinds of things with. And genuinely, the people that I've met through Fable are like my best friends. I never have had a friend group before Fable, really. I've never been in a group of friends. And so the people here are genuinely the most special people in my life. And I don't know what I would do without them.
Sweet Athena, we're gonna do a cat ear spin now.
My cat is my emotional support.
Hey, do you want to put out some cat ears?
All right, and Centros, do you want to answer the question?
I totally can. Yeah, it was just doubled. I don't like echoing. Anyways, I'm in the same boat. I'm very much a very reclusive person. For those that know me in life, I don't leave my apartment. I play D&D and I go to work and then I come home. This is my lifestyle. Without Fable SMP being there to kind of help break that mold, I wouldn't have talked to people in this regard. I would not have communicated that like, hey, my character is a complete asshole, excuse my French. Be prepared for example, the finale, because I let everyone know that my character was saying some of those things, because I was like, hey, if this is uncomfortable, please let me know, because I'm not here to do that. That's not me as a person, but that's the character. So it just goes to show that like there's a tremendous amount of growth to have when you have people that you trust and you can be like, hey, we're doing this actor thing, right? But I'm not here to be like, I don't want you to think that I'm attacking you being that way, being violent and being aggressive because I feel like it. It's because what is necessary for the finale, for example. And it kind of grows into a lot of these people, all of you specifically, not talking to chat, but you guys are some of the most closest people I've ever come into contact with. Even though we're not in a room together, we're not physically around each other, I've definitely talked to you guys a lot more than I've talked to most people in my entire life, because I trust you. And it goes to show that you can definitely have this ability to talk to each other and not be in the same room and truly be friends. So yeah, it's just that type of thing. Also, I get to play the villain, and the villain's fun. So like, yeah.
Ghosty, give us your cat ears and your answer.
All right, so first off for cat ears, Jamie, would you like to put on your cat ears, please? Those are different ones. Damn, I don't know how I can compare to what Centros just said. That was good words. Those were very good words. I'm gonna be cheesy for a second. I wasn't planning on being cheesy. I'm gonna be cheesy. It's my turn. God. So, I moved out right before the panini hit, basically, as when I went off to the big city, went to college, and like right after that, I had a really big falling out with my previous friend group, and I was very alone for a good 2 years, and my only friends were basically my roommates and my coworkers and the people I went to school with. And basically, of those people, I'm maybe close with 2 of the school friends, and then 1 coworker or 2, and then my roommates. And so being able to have just this incredible, talented group of friends who just have like some of the most amazing minds I've come into contact with, and like just the process of becoming friends with these people, like going from following them on TikTok to becoming friends and making a really, really cool project with them is honestly unbelievable and kind of incredible to me. And even though I'm in a completely different country, I feel like just extremely grateful to be able to call these people my friends. And also just being able to make this project because I am a jack of all trades. I went to art school, okay? I went to art school. I used to be an English TA. I do cosplay. I do so many things, and being able to just do all of it for one thing, one thing, it's just good. It makes my brain go burr. It's very good. This is... I'm done. I'm gonna stop rambling. Goodbye.
Oshi, if you would like to answer, you may.
Well, I haven't really gotten to play a lot, but when it comes to just... It's very similar to Ghosty, because I can do a lot of stuff, and I'm very excited to be able to do all that stuff again. Especially with, actually, like, my college is... I have my finals soon, so I'll be, I don't know, free or not, because I have to go to work, but I'm very excited, because I'll be able to play with a lot of cool people, and also not have to worry about classwork, but it's just, like... It's a lot of people, and some of them I've looked up to for a little bit, some of them I've just met recently, and they all seem so cool. Some of them I've known for a while, aka Athena. And it's just the idea that I get to play with old friends, make new friends, and just, like, get out of this kind of slump that I've been in recently it's very exciting, and I'm excited to get into it and help contribute.
We're gonna real quick jump to Ven, and they're gonna add a little something to their answer.
I just wanted to say, I think it's really important that whilst we can sit here and create something that means a lot to us, and we enjoy it so much, it means so much that it means so much to the audience as well. In my head, it would feel, therapeutic to create a piece of art, but for no one to see it, it's kind of like, but we have like a whole audience that can sit down and understand the pieces of lore that we're writing, and interpret it, and the topics at play are really important to a lot of us, and I'm just really happy that we can sit down and like do that with such a cool group of people too. So yes, that's all I wanted to say. I feel like I phrased my first answer wrong. Not wrong, but different. Yes. Thank you.
So I'll go ahead and answer mine. My answer is really similar to Sherbert's. Like, Sherbert and I got close to each other as friends many, many years ago, because we wanted to like do writing together. We've written fan fictions, musicals, plays, short films, anything you could possibly think of, we've done it. And so it is really cool to actually the people enjoy our works for the first time ever, and like it's a really good start, because in an ideal world I keep writing with Sherbert and we keep doing projects together, because that is literally what our whole like friendship is built on. Like, we love to create things together. That has always been what we've done. And then just the confidence that I've gotten from FableSMP has been just astronomical, because I've always been like, yeah, writing is my dream job, but that's not gonna happen. Like, that's not something I'm gonna do. And so I've been doing specifically things in FableSMP that are going to improve my writing. Like, I was even talking with some of the lore writers the other day. I was like, hey, I want to write specifically this type of thing because I know I struggle with it, and that's how I'm gonna improve as a writer today. And so just being able to grow as a writer through this project makes it super special to me, and seeing you guys support us along the way. Hey.
I think we've I will not rehash everyone's like really good statements about like each other and the friends and stuff. I think because I don't want to ramble forever, I do want to say one of the things that has blown my mind the most with Fable is the fans. Being someone whose entire internet existence has been cosplaying, fan art, fan fiction, like I make these things. So to see someone make that of my character, like I have cried several times over that, because I just am mind boggled. When someone went up to Sherbert at their convention dressed as Ray, and I was like, what? That blows my mind. That just blows my mind. I think it's really cool. Yeah.
And Jamie.
I just want to specifically talk about how it's kind of like a thing that we've just fallen into doing. Before and sometimes after stream, we're always in call for like 30 minutes before to plan and everything, but also a lot of times, especially after intense lore, we'll just hop back into a call and just kind of vibe it out afterwards. And that's so important to me, specifically because, I mean, it shows that we are more to each other than just like castmates. We're all friends, and I think that's an important distinction to make. And also, this is stressful. Like the attention, the audience, having to be in character, it's stressful. And the fact that we can rely on each other to deal with all of it is very important to me.
Big hearts to all the cast members for sharing.
I would like to mention that the cast crybaby is at it again.
All right, go ahead and lead us into our next question.
All right. Our next question is, what are you looking forward to in Season 2? Ooh, I think we're echoing through you, Haley. So what are you most looking forward to in Season 2? Let's start with... Who wants to start? I'll make you volunteer. Athena!
I'm really excited for Season 2. I have written a lot for not even just my character, but also just for like the NPCs and stuff like that for Season 2. there's a specific NPC I have in mind, but I won't say. Me and Haley have spent a lot of time thinking about this. I am very excited for that. I'm also just really excited for the arc that Athena is going on in season 2. Like I said, the amount of things that I work through with my character, I know exactly what I need to work through in season 2, and I'm just really excited to get through that arc because I care about it a lot, and it's very interesting to me.
David?
I get to play the same character, guys, but more so, there's going to be a very different outlook that happens, at least at the beginning. And I think it's going to be very different because, yeah, I play the dude who blew up the tree. I am ender of everything type of thing, but also it was hinted at a little bit, and it'll be broadened during season 2, and it'll be very interesting to see the dynamic that forms from what I'm talking about.
Ghosty?
I feel like it's not a surprise to anybody that one of the things I'm looking forward to is making the fans cry with more angst.
Yes!
Another thing I'm looking forward to is answering some questions about character Ghosty that have been going on for a little bit.
Haley?
So what I'm looking forward to is not only doing writing, also making people cry. Like, that's my favorite thing in the world. But I also look forward to getting to have some more character Haley, because the reason that she isn't very big in season 1 is because of the way writing went. I had already written, I know her character arc, but it depended on her dying first. And the way Ominous Bane and that whole plot ended up working, we couldn't kill her off till the end of the season. And so I didn't really write anything for her before that, but there's plenty for her after that. And so I just look forward to getting to be a part of the lore, doing some acting. And I do want to say that no matter what you see, okay, you're going to see a lot of things and you're going to think, man, Haley's a ghost. Haley is not a ghost. There are lots of plans for her. She will never be a ghost. That is not a thing. So just keep that in mind when you theorize. No ghosts.
Well, hey now.
I am very excited for even just like theoretically, the first week of season 2 for character Ray is gonna be bonkers. I have already written stuff. I've already made cutscenes. I'm so hyped. I'm so freaking hyped. And he's gonna have a bad time, man. Oh, he's gonna have a bad time.
The amount of times I've cried during the Ray writing sessions for season 2 is every single time we write for season 2 Ray, I cry. And that's gonna give you a little bit of a baseline of what you're working with.
Jamie?
I'm also currently hyper fixated on making cutscenes. I have so many drafts already, so that's fun. I'm very excited to work on character development because I already have a couple arcs in mind where it's gonna be like slow progress, and that's not something that I worked really hard on for season 1, so I'm excited for that.
Shuburb?
Okay, so there is something that I have been working on for like over a year and a half at this point, and we're finally getting to the point where it starts to become more prevalent, even though it's been going on for a year and a half. You guys finally actually get to start putting things together. Keep in mind, you're nowhere near the end of it, but you start getting the little bits about it. You start putting things together. And the other also, being able to make CMVs. I'm currently working on like 6, and there is some really cool ones coming on top of the one that we're showing today. But in terms of my character, expect angst, a little bit of morally grayness, and therapy for myself.
Toby.
I'm super looking forward to, more specifically with Seven, being able to develop his character more. Like definitely more robot stuff, but hey, maybe it'll, I'll spice it up a little. But also more specifically the relationships that Seven will have as like a character. I can't wait to be able to do more things with other people. There's a lot of cool stuff that we have planned, and I think Jamie was talking about like character development. I'm like all for this. I'm gonna be there too.
Wheel.
Dude, I don't know how much I can actually say because like everything I'm looking forward to is just a spoiler. So yes, that's all I got.
Everything you can say is redacted. All right, this is crossed out in ink. Mambu.
I can't say a lot, but what I can say is you guys are really gonna want to look out for the first couple streams, because I brain rot just a little bit.
And Easton.
Like Jamie and Windsock earlier said, character development, because I currently have none at all. And I'm also excited for more manual labor trio nights. I'm very excited for that.
All right, and we're actually gonna still have our season 2ers answer this.
Oh, I think they already did. This was part of the season 2. This was already one of the season 2 questions.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's why I didn't call on them. I'm sorry.
I thought you just hated them.
No, it's because they already answered it.
I was like, okay, hey, if that's the route you're going.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to do one speed round question before we do kind of our wrap-up stuff, which is all of the cast part of LGBTQIA+? The answer is yes! If you would like a quick speed round if you want to, could we do a quick speed of your of people's flag label thing if you want them? I'll start. I'm non-binary, gender fluid, pansexual. Jamie.
Non-binary, poly, and bi out of spite.
Sherbert.
Non-binary and pansexual.
Then.
Trans and ace and gay. Yeah.
Toby.
Bisexual.
Will.
Trans, pansexual.
Mambu.
Bisexual.
Easton.
Non-binary, biromantic.
Athena.
I am a gender fluid lesbian, and that's it.
Centros.
Bisexual. Hello.
Ghosty.
Trans mask and queer unlabeled.
Oshi.
I am asexual, biromantic, polyamorous.
And Haley.
Queer.
Perfect. Kind of with that, we have kind of some fun ending stuff, which comes with a lot of cool details. So to start out with, kind of a fun little question thing. Is it possible to start watching in Season 2 without having seen Season 1? There are many things headed your way to help get your friends looped into the Fable fandom. We are working on some abridged series. We're working on some summary things. Someone might be doing a scuffed summary of Season 1. Actually, a few someones might be doing that. But also, we have a fun announcement. We have been working on getting started, and it's not done because it is a group project that involves you. We have made the fandom official wiki. So if you put the ! wiki in the chat, that will take you to the FableSMP official wiki. We've gotten a big head start on it, but we are looking for y'all to help us out. We are very excited about it. In particular, I've been working on this for so long. We
don't
got a
spam
suggestion.
the command. Please don't spam the command.
Don't
Nobody
spam the command,
do it.
yeah. So head over there to get to see it. And if you guys want to help start filling it out, we are very excited to have it up and running. And I will probably be putting something in in the fan Discord as a little space to discuss and things on the wiki subject for people that want to help us work on it. So we have that. We also have... We have not given you many spoilers this lovely event, but we have 3 clues to give you. Sherbert, would you like to drop one of the clues?
I would love to. This is like my favorite thing. So the first one that I'll drop is... Okay, I'll do the last one. One of the things you guys have overlooked, there is a key piece of the haunted house that you guys have overlooked.
Haley, would you like to drop hint number 2?
Yes. The one I will drop is just a fun fact. Our gods do not conform to mortal gender ideas. That's all I'll say.
And the last one. With that, I think that's where we're gonna end out today, yeah?
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then thank you all so much for joining on this one. Thank you all so much for all the support you've been giving for Fable. We have had a fantastic time with all of you, and we're just all really happy to be here, man. All right. I'm gonna go say goodbye to my chat, everybody.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Amogus.